Okay, go ahead.
My name is Shawnee McDonald.
Yeah, my name is Sean Taylor.
I got to speak up a little bit. Go ahead.
The article we worked on was titled "Closing Education Gap Will Lift Economy: A Study Finds." It was written by Patricia Cohen and published on February 2nd, 2015, in the New York Times website.
In this article, the author shed light on the correlation between the current achievement gap and the economic standing of the United States. Gathering research and information from numerous studies conducted by the Washington Center of Equitable Growth, it is their benefit that the United States could enrich everyone through the typical students, improve their educational performance.
As a collective, what we gather from this article is that not only is America behind other countries economically, it is also very far behind educationally, and it is currently ranked 24th out of the 33 major industrialized countries to make up the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, which, well, when it comes to their math and science schools. Researchers believe that if Americans were able to match the scores reached in Canada, which is ranked 7th, its gross domestic product would rise an additional 6.7%, which would generate an estimated cumulative increase of $10 trillion by the year 2050.
So hit your up arrow. Hit your up arrow.
Enter what?
Hit your up arrow. Thank you. Okay, so your major is what?
Education.
Your major is what?
Education.
Hit your up arrow again. So we're talking about economics and education? Okay, so did it explain like, or give a reason like why we're kind of like behind other countries?
Not really.
Not really? Okay, well give us your opinion. Why do you think we're behind other countries?
People don't value certain things in education as much as they used to.
How about you?
What's the question again?
Why are we behind? What is your opinion that why are we behind other countries? Well, you gotta have a reason. Okay, if you're an education major, and you're an education major, right? And I ask you your opinion. That's why I have you blog too. So your opinion does matter. So as an educational professional, talking to an educational professional, soon to be, maybe, hopefully, you have to have an opinion. So that means your responsibility is to keep up on what's going on in the area of education. If that's your major, it's your responsibility and you are going to be held accountable. So if not in this class, if you're in a methods and materials or an instructional design class or something, somebody asks you your opinion, you're going to have an opinion. Because if you don't have an opinion, then the next train of thought is like, okay, what are you in education for if you don't have an opinion? Because if you have the same attitude now, hopefully by the time you get ready to graduate, it will change. Because the value of children's lives are in your hands. Because there's too many teachers now, they just, like people say, they just go there to get a paycheck. And you got to think about it. You got a child's life in your hand. So if you don't value what you're doing, get out. Because what's the sense of you going to being a teacher, even if you're a PE teacher, music or art teacher, and you don't value what you're doing? Because there's a lot of kids in elementary school, and middle school, and high school, and I'm not fussing them, just sharing the information, that only go to school because they have resources. That's the only reason they go. A lot of young men only go to school in high school because they can play football or basketball because they try to get a scholarship to go to a college and then go pro. That's the only reason they're going. So teachers have to recognize that. So you have to learn to understand you have to have an opinion about something. Because then if you don't, people are going to look at it, well, you don't care about what you're doing. You got to have a passion for what you're doing. Okay? All right. Thank you. Okay, thanks. That was good, John. Good try.